Bueno, y me encuentro con la hermosísima is gorgeous, beautiful, Daisy Ridley. How are you, Daisy?
Good, how are you?
I'm fine. I'm nervous, as I said, because you're Ray, you're in this great franchise. How was for you this time around? Do you get more nervous than the first time?
Yeah.
Or is, really? Why?
Yeah. The way I describe it is, have you ever done a skydive?
Yeah.
When you do a skydive, you know you have sensory overload for the first 10 seconds. That to me is what the first film was. Like, it was sensory overload. Everything was happening so quickly, and I got cast, and then I was training, then we were filming, and then it was done. Like, it was all so quick. And I had more time. So after that, I didn't properly work for a while. And then the film came out, and then we were immediately into the second one, but I had much more time to sort of process. So I was more self-conscious, which wasn't a good thing. And I was very aware of, I hadn't been aware of the impact of Star Wars before, and then I really was. Yeah, so I felt nervous, but it was great.
So it was more pressure this time around. Yeah.
I felt more pressure. I don't think it was more pressure, I just felt it. And also, you know, we hoped that people would love The Force Awakens, but the response was so amazing that it's nerve-wracking thinking, I don't know what I did the first time around, and I need to somehow capture that again. But Ryan was amazing, and Mark, who I got to work with a lot, was amazing too.
And how was meeting Mark? Because he's the leader of this great franchise, and now you're the leader of the new era of this franchise. Is that true? Do you feel like that?
No, I don't think that's true.
I do feel like that.
What's amazing about Star Wars in general, it was always a family saga. Luke wouldn't have been Luke without Leia. Leia wouldn't have been Leia without Han. Everybody matters to the other. One thing can't be without the other. And Rey wouldn't be without Finn, wouldn't be without BB-8, wouldn't be without Poe. So there's like a chain of relationships that wouldn't happen otherwise. And so luckily, obviously, I'd already got to work with Harrison and Carrie, and then working with Mark was just awesome. And for me, it sort of felt like rounding out the crew, because those were the three for me, from everyone. They were the three. So I'm very lucky that I got to work with all three.
How was your approach before entering this great franchise? Do you know all about Star Wars? Do you know the characters, the places? Or it was training hard, physically and mentally, about the story?
I had seen the films. I knew enough.
Yeah.
I'm not like a huge fan of anything really. So I don't know canon and the extended universe and everything. So there's been stuff I've been learning, like literally on set 3 weeks ago. Someone was like, yeah, and this happened, and this happened, and this happened. And I was like, wait, what? I don't think this is a time travel story. But then I thought, oh my God, maybe it is. Maybe it's something I missed. So there was very much a sense of learning as I went, which I really liked, because Rey is learning as she goes, and it felt like a nice parallel between my life and hers in the story. Yeah, but I was not prepared.
This new trilogy have a lot of woman empowerment. How do you feel that? How do you feel that little girls or girls are going to look up to you or your character when they go to the movie screen? Is that part of what you want to people get away from the movie?
That wasn't what I wanted from the film. That wasn't what
What do you want from the film?
I'm like a 25-year-old girl that grew up in a liberal household in London. Like, to me, it has always been equal. And I guess, because I'm not a big film person, there's loads of films I haven't seen. So I never really understood the disparity on screen, because I read books, and books are far more evenly weighted to men and women. So it wasn't like I wasn't aware that we were missing some representation, but I became, like, filming this, I was like, awesome, I'm doing a film. And that was what I was doing, like I was doing my job. And then it became another thing when the film came out, and then I understood more what people had been yearning for. So obviously there's a sense of that, and I want to do people proud because of what, you know, like parents talking about taking their kids to something, being proud of what their child is seeing on screen. So that's important, but ultimately I'm just part of an awesome story.
Yeah, an awesome story, an awesome... It's also an awesome saga from history, from movies history or cinema. And now you're part of this history. And how do you feel? Like, you're always going to be Rey from Star Wars. Do you think about that? Do you care? Do you read what people say?
I'm not always going to be Rey from Star Wars because I'm Daisy. And I think, again, it's nice because I'm not her. Like, I play her, and obviously a lot of me is in her, but I'm my own person. and career-wise, if I'm always known as Daisy who played Rey.
Yeah. Well, how do you separate that for fans? Because fans, they're going to look to you, like with Mark. Mark is going to be always Luke Skywalker.
I think, but Mark
Rey.
came from a different time. Like, it was just different then. I think now there is enough mythology in, nothing like Star Wars, but there are enough films where people, it's like deeply ingrained in the public knowledge, in public psyche. And then you see people, everything is much more accessible. So people see you as you and not just the character, whereas that would have happened less. But also I feel really lucky that I have a brilliant agent and I have wonderful scripts that I was able to read it. So I'm already doing different things. So
I love your mother. The train. I love the movie.
Thank you. So I already feel, you know, not pigeonholed. I feel very lucky of everything I've been able to do already.
I know there's a lot of secrecy about Star Wars. Are we gonna see or find out this time who your parents are, where you're coming from, or is that we're gonna have to wait for that?
There are answers. There is this film for me, for Rey, is a big exploration as to how she got here, what the Force is, and there's still obviously a yearning. Like she wants to know where she belongs, and she's found that slightly with the Resistance, but then obviously immediately had to leave. So she's just trying to find a family. So she's looking backwards. I think this story looks a lot forward, but we do get some answers, yes.
Yeah. We hope to see you singing again soon.
Thank
I love
you.
that song with Barbara.
Thank you.
You've got a great voice. Thank you very much. Gracias.
Gracias.
Un placer. Thank you.